Dan, so right now what you're looking at is what it would look like on a desktop or possibly potentially on a smaller framework of what it would be on somebody's phone to communicate through questionnaires. Now, of course, I mentioned about trivias and all that good stuff, but in this particular example, you will see that communication will be taking place with a realtor as the bot became activated. So once a person started playing or started interacting with this bot, they become a subscription holder on another platform called ManyChat. And we'll have the ability, as I show a little later in this video, actually being able to broadcast and be able to specifically speak to different individuals, either by groups. If you're looking at the gray represents the person, the realtor, and the blue is actually representing the person who's responding. This is all interactive. So the person who's actually in the gray is obviously not communicating manually, but it's actually done artificially. And this is the reason what a messenger bot is. Just wanted to kind of give you an idea to show you what type of questions we can actually ask and be able in two different places to build a file inside of ManyChat with these questions being answered. And also we want to extrapolate it where it's just something easy for us to be able to look at. We could put it in some type of spreadsheet, or we could put it in any type of CRM system that you possibly have that you want to use. So it doesn't necessarily matter, but I just want to give you some example of what this looks like. You also will see that if it's certain questions, you can be notified where it says there's a live chat, that you want to connect with someone. So you could either have Messenger assigned to your phone to jump in, or it can also notify you through email. It just gives you the ability to connect with an individual who's through the bot. So you can't interrupt the bot if you like to and start having conversation. What's necessary for you to have conversation with that person. So I just want to show you what that looks like. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple other platforms of where this information goes, the back office, and also show you how these flows. This is exactly what it is. It's nothing but a flow of conversations, flow of topics. I'm also show you what your menu button will look like if somebody went to your Facebook page, on your business page, and they actually opened up Messenger. They'll have options, and so I'm gonna let you pay attention to that next as I go to that. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a little short so we can go right. All right, so this next section I'm showing you right now is pretty much how I built out the flow. This is the back office of ManyChat. It actually kind of, some of the questions you see, I'm just using this realtor still as an example. This is a topic of questions of how it's set up. These is right here is your audience. Once it actually get, and this is also where people will actually have, they're being tagged by certain answers so you can categorize them correctly. These are the custom fields, pretty much questions that I've answered once I was building out this particular bot for this individual. And so all those answers can go there, but it can also go to spreadsheets as well. And these devices can be opened up on PDF, tablets. It can open up on phones, mobile devices. So the formatting doesn't necessarily matter. It's just that you know that you have the option to actually get to this information as necessary, which is cool. You can have built in a file, and you don't necessarily have to log into ManyChat to get this. You can log into ManyChat to get this information. However, like I said before, it would be advantageous. As you see, while this information is going on, I'll have it being automatically put to a spreadsheet, so it's getting captured simultaneously at the same time frame. So we can automate it, and it doesn't have to be something that is done manually. Next, I just want to kind of put you in a mind frame of these are the questions that a person will possibly see when they come onto your site. The other thing is that, let's say if you had general post, this is where if you had an audience, we can attach one of those flows to those audience, where we could pick anything in a person. This particular Facebook page is where this lady's information, she has several posts. And because it was the holidays, we could just pick and choose whatever post it is. And let's say if we made the post engaging, meaning that we were asking a question or we were trying to get people to respond, the moment someone responds, the messenger bot will actually pop up. It's more like a growth tool, and that messenger bot will pop up, and then we can open up any of those flows that we just saw, depending upon the topic that we want to speak to. I'm kind of showing this to you so you can have some ideas as you're thinking about when you're talking about posting or when you talk about the programs. It'll help you identify how you can make it or interact with your audience. Now, clearly this is to real estate, but we can customize this clearly to any industry. It doesn't necessarily matter. But I wanted to, like I said before, just show you how great general posts can be. All right, now, as I mentioned before, this right here is what you will have is you get 3 buttons you can choose from. So when somebody's on the page, they can kind of see options, whether that you could be life, it could be whole life, it could be, whatever your options are. It could be, your programs on here, just to get them to start interacting on the bot. It could be anything we want it to be. And then we could create the flow as you see here. And I'm just going to kind of show you how the flow actually works. We've seen it how it was working, but this is how it looks in the back office. So the gray is pretty much the conversations. The blue is nothing more than responses they get a chance to choose from. If you also see the yellow box, it also gives them the ability to tag, or it gives us the ability to create an action step, whether we want to send it somewhere, whether that's to contact you, whether that's to have it be streamlined into a cloud settings. There's many options. Also, while you're looking at this, I want you to pay attention to the left-hand corner where it is actually a menu button on the side where it says broadcasting. It's to the left-hand column underneath Stacy's name and face. You have the ability to, once we tag these individuals, we can go into broadcast and we can send promotions, and we can send subscription information to build value. So if you want to constantly improve your community outreach, constantly get people to not only tag but to push some of your posts to other people, this is a great way to do it. Now, what I showed you earlier in regards to attaching a post, that's more if you want to do it organically without any paid advertising. Naturally, people who don't have a huge following yet would definitely need to, I encourage to do paid advertising so they have the ability to expand their network. So this will be something that you can actually utilize for your own business. This is extremely optional, but this right here is how we can capture information through Facebook Messenger without taking them out of Facebook and taking them to a landing page. Now, sometimes you may want that for strategy purposes, us tracking, us being able to put cookies on their particular pages and their browsers. We may want to take them out of Facebook ecosystem. We also may want to introduce live leads, as these, the page, we might want to create a landing page and then put a code on there. So anybody come on that page, we can have live leads get transferred right over to your phone, and you guys can set appointments that way. Typically that's a subscription cost, probably about $40 a month. That's, each agent having it and having the capacity to have it, if you want your team to have it, or if it's just you yourself. We can definitely do it either way. If that's something you're interested in, that's fine. You could do it the way you're presently doing. But just talking about as you grow your organization and try to make it more efficient, those are some of the skills and things that we can do. So really, at the end of the day, this is just kind of giving you an idea of all these flows, all these different options, all these questions. So I just want your mind to start racing and thinking about different options you can put together. I'm not looking to bore you with most of the details, but other than that, write down questions, find out if you have any, if there's anything in here that is not clear, or you want to know if we can do or we can't do, let me know. I also wanted to show you that there is keywords that are also associated with this as well. So if someone talk about looking for life insurance, we can find keywords associated with your programs, and we can basically tag it into this messenger. So if anyone goes to your Facebook page and requests that, it can activate a bot that is correlated with it. It's a great tool, great system, great situation. And that's, I think I'm about to show that to you right now. So let me see. Yeah, I think that these keywords right here. So right now, this is clearly going to be with real estate based, but this right here, these are all action steps. So if someone was to go to the page, it will generate active information with that, and we can do that with um, insurance as well. And that's pretty much the package I sent over. So explain to you what I do or what we can do to help bring in your marketing. The next video that I put together will be being a breakdown of how we're going to go after your audience to make sure that we're going after the right audience once we put together the campaign. So just want to give you some type of visuals. Long overdue. But if you have any questions, you know how to get in contact with me. I appreciate you on this particular day watching the video, and I look forward to working with you. Have a good one.